friends, guillyboo here. Today I'm going to be making an amazing watercolor art video. Today I'm going to be featuring a brand called Woomer, who gifted me this amazing and super cute watercolor set. Right now I'm making a quick watercolor swatch just to see how the colors look on paper, and as you can see, the watercolors are very vibrant and pretty opaque as well. Now on to getting my sketchbook. I have so many sketches in here, guys. This is the one that I decided to choose, and it's a cute girly, so I decided the color scheme of her, I kind of went for like a random color scheme. Only because I wanted to stay in the guise of using the watercolor set. I did have to use some of my other watercolors so that I could provide her with a brown skin tone, but outside of that, oh yes, and I did use some acrylic markers, you know, just for a little bit of decor. So yes, that's what I used. All products will be named in the description, guys, so don't even worry about it. Okay, on to critiquing this product. In my opinion, with using these watercolors, they were actually pretty nice to use. The watercolor applied smoothly to the brush. It absorbed well into the brush. There wasn't a lot of manipulation that was needed when it came to the brush and the watercolor for it to be applied easily, which is great. I also appreciate how the watercolor dries actually pretty quickly. Now that can be a negative if you're working on an illustration that's actually that's pretty large and requires, you know, a lot of spacing. But if you're doing like a little notebook like I am, this is perfect. Another plus about the watercolors being able to dry so quickly is that it enables you to be able to do some very good layering, especially if you'd like to add texture to someone's hair, like I have in this particular watercolor illustration. Overall, I think that this small watercolor set that they do have available on Amazon is very good for beginners, as well as maybe like a mini travel pack for those who want to get started on illustrating, and particularly traditional illustrating with watercolor. I think this would be a good start. It's not expensive and it's a nice start for a beginner. Yes. Okay guys, now on to the negative critique of this watercolor set. One of my first issues that I have with the watercolor set is the fact that they do not add at least a brown in the watercolor set so that you can make skin tones. This watercolor set is perfect for if you're going to be drawing scenery like forests, rivers, you know, stuff like that, or even a humanoid character that might not have or need the shade of brown. But even if I was going to make a very fair-skinned character, at least if I had a brown color in the watercolor set, I would be able to lightly use some brown with maybe a little bit of red in it, just to give do a skin tone of a very fair-skinned person. But that's not possible because there is no brown skin tone, or even brown color rather, excuse me, available to be used. So that's one of the issues that I have, is the limitation of colors that they do have for the watercolor set. Another issue that I have with the watercolor set that is provided is the brush that is provided in the watercolor set. Usually when you purchase brushes, it doesn't even matter, even if it's like from Walmart, they usually have just a regular like plastic tube slip over the brush, so that the bristles, excuse me, can stay straight and not be tethered and messed up. But in the Woomer set, it's in a like metal container, and because of the fact that it's in that metal container, the brush is and can easily be destroyed by being inside of that container. I think it would have been better if they would have provided a just like a regular small brush with a plastic tube covering over it. I get the whole aesthetic feel of wanting to provide like this cute enclosed like slip-in brush, and it seems nice, but for me personally, the brush can and has been destroyed. I didn't even get to use the brush. And I wouldn't be able to use the brush because if I had used the brush, even with adding water to the brush bristles, with them being bent back like that, wouldn't really work out. It would take a long time. You would just essentially have to cut off the bristles in order for you to use the brush. And I don't think that was a good idea for them to put a brush with a cute little metal casing. It's cute, like I said earlier, it is really cute, it's sleek, it fits in the container, but over time the bristles on the brush get destroyed from pulling it in and out, and it's just not worth it. So they should just keep it with a basic brush with the plastic tube, or they can create a even more better design for the brush container so that the bristles on the brush aren't destroyed. Okay guys, so I'm just going to give my overall review of the watercolor set, and I would have to say I'm gonna give it a 2.5 star out of 5 when it comes to me reviewing the product. I think it's great. The colors are very opaque. They work very well when it comes to drying quickly, so that's perfect for layering. But when it comes to the brush and how the brush was provided, that really was very bad, especially for people who are beginners. I can totally see that brush experience and trying to work with it, trying to paint with it, and the bristles messing up the illustration, and overall having to cut it and just get rid of the brush in itself be a very negative experience, especially for someone who is a beginner. So I would give this, again, I'll give this rating of this watercolor set a 2.5 out of 5. But again, when it comes to the watercolor and how it is, oh yes, as well as another thing I didn't mention was the fact that it was also missing at least a brown color. The set and how the colors, as I said before, is perfect if you're trying to make like scenery, like rivers, because there's greens, there's blues, there's a red, there's a yellow, I believe there's an orange, but there is no brown, at least to make a variety of skin tones, both light and dark. So that's another big thing that's an issue, especially for me. I like to make various characters, so not being able to use the watercolor set in all purposes is kind of like a downside for me. So yes, 2.5 out of 5. Alright guys, oh she came out so pretty and so cute with her blue hair and her green eyes. The flower background patch is so perfect with her cute little purse. Thank you so much Woomer for gifting me this watercolor set as well as providing a review. Be sure to subscribe guys. Thank you so much for watching. Bye! 이대로 가만히 있어도 될까?